ចូលបាទ chapter ទី3ទៀតនៅក្នុងសប្តាហ៍នេះបាទគឺយើងចាប់ផ្ដើមចេញពីបាទ colonialism បាទ colonialism. There is enough similarity between imperialism and colonialism, and therefore the two terms are used almost interchangeably. They differ in the following respect. 1. Imperialism is comparatively older than colonialism. Colonialism is the modern form of imperialism. 2. The purpose of imperialism is basically to acquire political power, but the prime object of colonialism is economic. 3. Imperialism is the imposition of alien rule upon other people. It generally involves the use of military force. Colonialism is the natural outflow of alien nationality in the subject territory. Motive of imperialism and colonialism. Nationalism. Nationalism is one of the fundamental motives of imperialism and colonialism. Nationalism is charged for the evil of imperialism. Nationalism has an inherent desire to isolate the state and to further its interest in national territorial expansion. Or Buell remarked, paradoxical as it may seem, pure nationalism has forced government in the path of imperialism. Every nation takes pride in its national expansion. Generation of Englishmen glorify in the boast that the sun never set on the British Empire. Increase in national prestige and national power. Every imperialist expansion adds to the prestige and power of imperialist nation. Mussolini, Hitler, and Napoleon, etc. had the same in their mind. Motives of imperialism and colonialism. National defense. Imperialism also fulfilled the objective of national defense. It held national defense by providing the market and essential raw material, and by providing population from which troops and laborers may be drawn. It also held in the national defense by providing area and basis for the defense of state or in lines of communication. Colony have proved a good source of providing man's power to the imperialists. For example, England had nearly 400,000 troops from India alone during the First World War. បាទយើងចូលស្លាយបន្តទៀតគឺ motive of imperialism and colonialism. Adjustment of balance of power. When a nation moves toward imperialist expansion, other nations also do not lag behind. France and Britain fell in the imperialist race for gaining control over more and more colonies to ensure the adjustment of balance of power. When the imperialistic objective of one nation is achieved, the rival nation also try to pursue the same end by whatever means available to it. The so-called American and Soviet imperialism are examples to this. Motives of imperialism and colonialism. Economic gain. One of the fundamental motives of imperialism is economic gain. The capitalist system also has motivated imperialism. The growing industrialization in Europe was very much responsible for imperialism and colonialism. The imperialist nation for getting raw material, market for their surplus goods and investment opportunity was surplus capital acquired colony in the far-off area. Imperialism power has always used colony as means for economic exploitation. Motives of imperialism and colonialism. Surplus population. Surplus population is also cited as one of the motives of imperialism. Imperialism served as an outlet of surplus population. When there is a rapid increase in surplus population, new areas are needed to immigrate surplus population. In the 19th century, the European country faced the problem of surplus population and the same has been adjusted by immigration to colony. Actually, populated states have found relief in immigrating to their colony. Religious and humanitarian cause. The advanced and developed Western society placed this human debt. It was their obligation to carry the blessing of their religion and civilization to backward people. The host man felt that God has made them superior and therefore it becomes their duty to uplift the inferior race. For an example, Joseph Chamberlain, 1893, declared that it is our duty to take our share in the work of civilization of Africa. Marine imperialism and colonialism. White man burden. Berlitz placed this human debt. God has imposed a moral obligation upon the advanced and cultured races to abolish the backward ones, the backward races. The white race of Europe claimed that in the very discharge of their moral obligation, they assume control over the backward races of Africa and Asia. It is indeed true that the modern and superior civilization of Europe had made its effect upon Asia and Africa. Asian and African got an opportunity learning European languages, literature, and modern science, and they also came into contact with the superior and advanced race of Europe. This was an advance of imperialism to the subject people. Marine imperialism and colonialism. Political unity in Asia and Africa. They used to be small states with lacked efficient and orderly government. The imperialist power bound this area in the threat of unity and centralized government. Political unity in India is an example. Economic development. With the establishment of European empire in Asia and Africa, economic development of the area took place. These areas got the advantage of railway, transport, and means of communication. The opening new material paved the way for industrialization, trade, and commerce also developed. បាទចឹងគឺសម្រាប់សប្តាហ៍នេះបាទឆ្លើយយើងពេលប៉ុណ្ណេះបាទនិស្សិតយើងបាទជួបគ្នានៅក្នុងពេល live បាទជាបន្តទៀតដែលយើងអាចសាកសួរគ្នាឆ្លើយឆ្លងបាទទៅវិញទៅមកបាទផងដែរបាទសូមអរគុណសូមជម្រាបលា